Hey everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you are doing, you are well and you are with someone you care about who also cares about you. I'm sure I looked very bleached out right now because the sun is directly on me. We've got some clouds in the sky at last and there's rain on the way, and I've been wearing shorts and, strappy tops all week because it's been so incredibly hot here. I think it hit 37 degrees Celsius on Tuesday. Today, it's Thursday, and it's about 24 degrees Celsius today, so significantly cooler, and it's been wonderful. But I have some bad news to share, namely that our apple tree has suffered another break. Now, this is exactly the same place that the previous break was, and I think we're just going to have to, cut that at some point and then encourage the branches to grow from there. But the apples on here, if I can pull this apple off, not quite ready to come off, but look, that's a chunky apple there. And then if I go through here, we look at some of the apples coming on here. They are pretty large. That one doesn't want to come off yet, but you can see from the ground, we've had many apples. There you go. There's another one. They smell amazing. I have way too many, and it's a little frustrating. We've still got all of these apples on here, which I think are part of the original rootstock. These apples are not. These ones are ones I can harvest and eat, and those ones over there are ones that I can harvest and eat. And the amount of apples that we have growing right now is just truly amazing. This one doesn't want to come off. There you go. So this one's got a little bit of a soft spot on it, so maybe we'll make some cider with that. My wife and I did have a go at making some cider the other day. Unfortunately, the apples we used weren't ready, unlike the apple tree up here, which is totally ready. They weren't ready, and I think we had basically a shot glass full of apple juice each out of about 100 apples. Meanwhile, the potatoes are kind of done here. The parsnips are still growing, which is lovely. I'm going to leave the parsnips to grow as much as they possibly can. As you can see, look, those apples over there, they're looking really great. So I'm sure this weekend I will put on Dungeon Crawler Carl in my earbuds, and I will do some more apple harvesting. Meanwhile, I'm pretty much done with these potatoes. They are still growing for the most part. Haven't had too many problems yet with blight or anything. The same thing is true here for these guys. You can see we've got fresh leaves coming up, and I'm kind of tempted just to leave them, because that way I end up with a really decent amount of large potatoes to get me through the winter, which actually I'm quite going to be quite happy about. But I do have some sad news to share, and that is, if I bring this round, that's a dog ball I just picked up. My chickens decided to go after the rose that was just there. You can just see the stump of it. I have never had chickens go after a rose before, and yet they did. They were out the other day, they were digging around, having a lovely time, and I think they obviously decided that my roses were pretty and they wanted to eat them. Pretty tasty, of course. But everything else around here is doing really well. The chickens are actually lovely and well. I've been letting them out in the hot weather, so they've had their own time out. The sunflowers are still attracting massive numbers of bees. Hello, friendo. I don't know if you can see. The bumblebees are just absolutely everywhere. And behind me, you can see all the sunflowers there. They're almost as tall. In fact, they are taller than the roof of the ground floor or the first floor. Meanwhile, in here, the tomatoes are doing great. And we've got some tomatillos up the back there. They're doing fantastically well. The cucumbers are taking over, as you can see. The peppers are doing incredibly well. Look at these guys. We've got one pepper here. We've got another pepper here. Some multiple peppers. We've got some bell peppers starting to grow back here. We've got some more bell peppers over there. I am not going to be short on peppers, but what I am going to be short on, and what I am short on right now, is ripe tomatoes. Let me show you. So, these are all green tomatoes, right? Green tomatoes, green tomatoes. These are all green tomatoes. Back here, green tomatoes up here. These guys are green tomatoes also. You can see they're finally starting to think about turning, but not a single one of my tomatoes this year has turned. It might be because there's a lot of foliage back here and I need to thin this out a little bit, but yeah, none of my tomatoes have actually turned red this year yet. And I've got tomatoes growing up the back. Same on this side. Like all tomatoes everywhere. As far as you can see, there are tomatoes. But do I have any green ones? Sorry, do I have any red ones even? No, they're all green. Which I don't necessarily have a problem with. But, you know, we're halfway through August now. I would quite like to have more than just cucumbers. Talking of cucumbers, let me move some of my equipment out of the way. Look at these bad boys. So I've got one there, got another one down there. So the cucumbers are they are doing great cucumber things. There's also this tomato plant, which I did not plant, okay? So this is a tomato plant from last year that self-seeded. You didn't just see it fall over. Self-seeded last year, and it's just grown on its own. So at the end of this season, when I clear out, I'm going to have to be very particular to make sure that I don't leave any tomato seeds in there so that we don't get a contamination for next season. But look what we also have here. We have courgettes at last. We have some courgettes hiding down there. You can't see them because I can't push the camera. So that's a courgette, a zucchini, call it what you will. There's another one here. There's another couple over there. The beans are kind of taking over. They are doing beanie things. They're grabbing onto everything. It looks like we've got some flowers at last, which is lovely. Don't think we're going to get much in the way of corn, but the corn provides a nice place for the for the beans to grow up. Also here, look at the number of strawberries we're still getting. I made some Greek yogurt this week with fresh strawberries in. Amazing. We still have huge numbers of strawberries growing. It's lovely. Here we've got peas coming, you know, large numbers of peas growing. I might have some here for the weekend, which is going to be lovely. Peas all the way through. This corn is growing amazingly. And then we have our pumpkins. Now, pumpkin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That one is a weird shape. It looks more like a zucchini than it does a pumpkin. And I'm okay with that. They're growing amazingly well. They seem happy. It has reached that time of year, though, when critters come along. And I know I need to weed in here, but unfortunately, the whitefly have come in and are attacking my brassicas because, of course, they are, because that's what they do. This year, I'm going to try something different now. I'm going to try and not touch them, not get too cross or too bothered about it. The carrots are coming up amazingly well, so I'm going to leave them. I'm hoping that my broccoli on the corner there does not get covered in whitefly and greenfly, because I like broccoli. And, you know, cauliflower, sprouts, yeah, whatever. But broccoli, you can't have my broccoli. Over here in my overflow, my zucchini and pumpkin overflow. We've got some great growth coming on here. I don't think we've got any fruit yet. Oh, we do have one here. We've got one here, one here, one here. So we do have some courgettes growing there. It looks like we might soon have some pumpkins. And then my overflow tomatoes, they are doing incredibly well too. So we're going to have more tomatoes over here. And I'm super curious to see how quickly they catch up. Also, the bean that I didn't plant, I suppose these are beans from last year that self-seeded, and they're growing, and I can't complain. We just let them do that. I am happy with that. Tell me what's going on in your garden though. Have you had trouble this year ripening tomatoes? I've spoken to other people in the Portland area who all had issues getting their tomatoes to ripen. I think one of my friends has been fine, but everyone else is like, yeah, my tomatoes aren't ripening either. My mum in the UK put her tomatoes in after I put mine in. She's already got massive tomatoes and is enjoying them. So I'm sure that next week you're going to get a video from me going, oh, I've got too many tomatoes. But right now, have a sunflower, and I will see you this time next week. Thanks for joining me today, and if you've got thoughts, make sure you leave them in our Discord chat room, on our Patreon page, down below, on our blog, or you can reach out to us on Mastodon or Blue Sky. Thanks to the amazing list of people scrolling by on your screen right now. They are part of the massive community of supporters who make this channel possible, helping us through Patreon and YouTube, covering our bills, paying our team, and helping us to remain 100% independent. If you'd like to join them and see your name listed here, just follow the link below. We've got options available across a wide range of different price points from just $1.50 US a month. A massive welcome to our newest supporters: M. Wessy, Les Magnar, MX Flounder, NYTMR, Thrill Nelly, Hernan Giraldo, Christopher Bloodworth, Eric Rouvier, Ronnie E. Bickers Jr., Brett Mason, George Piney, Mega XLR, Robert Coghill, Peter Bodica, Gary Wood, Dessa Bird Traveller, Tim van der Loong, Mike Clark, Kyle Olin, Rob Hutchinson, Tony Ladig, Chris Nichols, Tempus, Adrian Atwater, Doug Lloyd, Mitch Rasner, and Brad. To join the list and get your shout out, become a paid Patreon member for your moment of fame, and you can even gift membership to someone else. If you'd like to support us with a one-off donation, you'll find links below to make Ko-fi and Bitcoin donations, and we even have an old-fashioned PO box you can reach us at, address on our website. You'll also find links to our swag store, and if you're someone who has to shop on Amazon, please consider using our affiliate link so we get the commission, not Jeff Bezos. So we can continue to focus on making our content even better and reduce burnouts, we are being a little freer with our release days, but plan on dropping new content every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday on our main channel, plus something on Sunday over on TE Take 2. If you want more, the mighty algorithm that hates us thinks you should be watching this video, but we think this one is one you should also check out. Be awesome, be kind, be intentional, and don't forget to resist. Keep evolving.